Speaking of, how was the first day of school?
It was good. It was good. I mean, a lot of enthusiasm, obviously. It's good to just have everybody out there. They've been here for a while, but just to have some real organization and to be able to, like, teach and coach and stuff is it's good to be able to do that again.
And the beauty of being healthy?
It's rare, you know. It feels really good, you know, so we got to try to keep that going as long as we can.
Chauncey, how much do you still have to fight back the Larry Brown urges?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, you know, especially, you know, me doing two-a-days this year is a little different than being able to just go long the whole time, which we'll have some of those days, obviously. But trying to simplify it and have it be kind of short early so I can go longer in the evening, you know, and we actually can play and get after each other a little more, a lot more in the evening.
How'd Donovan do in his first real NBA practice?
Oh, he was good. He's familiar with most of the stuff. But yeah, he was good. He was good. I'm looking forward to the competition part of it later on.
What were some of the things that stood out to you from today?
I think just everybody's just the attitude. Everybody's just so happy to be back, man. You know, they're so happy to be back, and the camaraderie is really high. You know, competing in the shooting drills and stuff. It's just so fun. They laughing, having a good time. So that's what you love.
Are you happy to be doing stuff here this year, or do you wish you guys were in Santa Barbara again?
No, I'm perfectly fine with this. Obviously, who would turn down Santa Barbara? We had a great time down there, and I'm sure we'll sometimes do it here, sometimes do it elsewhere. But no, this is fun. It's fun being home.
Have you spent a lot of time yet thinking about how you're going to juggle those minutes at center, and how often could a combination of the main three play together with one at the four?
Yeah, you know, you juggling all those things in your mind all summer, you know. But at the end of the day, it just boils down to who's playing well and who's, you know, we got a lot of good guys that deserve to be out there. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be the one making the decision. It's the players, you know. The players make the decision. How well you play is probably how much you're going to play, you know, or if you're in the rotation, or if you're starting, or if you're – that's really not – I'm just going to be the messenger on that. And players decide that.
You've got the competition for roster spots, not even just roster spots, but within the starting lineup. Are you going to kind of tinker with rotations through preseason, or do you have kind of a date when you want to settle that in?
No, I really don't have a day. You know, that preseason for me training camp, for me goes kind of all the way through the preseason. It's not just the first week. It's not just the first. So I'll be tinkering with a lot of the lineups, a lot in practice, some in the games. You know, most players don't play every game in the preseason, so it's tough to do it all in the games, you know, because when they do play, how much do they play? You know, so it's kind of tough. You do a lot of it in practice.
Donovan talked with you about any differences between practices at UConn and practices with the Blazers?
Well, I'm pretty sure this is probably easy lifting for him. We had a lot of talks about like his experience with Coach Hurley and stuff, who he absolutely loves, who's an incredible coach. But obviously, college and pro are very different in terms of how long you can go, you know, the things you can do as a coach, you know, in college and pro. So it'll be probably an easy adjustment in terms of that for DC.
You talked to Coach Hurley much this summer once you guys got Donovan?
No, I haven't talked to him very much.
Most of the time when a center is drafted in the top 10, they're probably the best center on that team. Not the case this time. How much is that going to benefit Donovan in terms of just being able to play against those two guys?
Yeah, man, I think it's going to be awesome for him, to be honest with you, because he's still so young. He's a kid, you know, and to be able to learn from DA and learn and listen and sit back and listen to Rob and, you know, even Watt. Like, it's just so many guys. This is going to be an incredible experience for him this year, to not only learn from playing, but learn from just sitting around, listening, talking. And I really think Rob is our guards can learn from Rob. I mean, this dude is dude's incredible, you know, and the things that he says, his approach, his IQ. So I'm pretty sure Donovan will be spending a lot of time with Rob. And by the way, that was like his favorite Celtic. You know, he's like a big fan of Rob's before he even got here.
Speaking of Rob, everyone was obviously so excited to see what he could do last year. Didn't get the chance to. So what can we expect from him this season?
Well, I mean, Rob he's a dominant defensive force. He really is, and he can really, really pass the ball. His feel for the game is like a point guard. It really is. He's a leader. He says all the right things at all the right times. He challenges people. Rob he's fun, man. He's so much fun to coach.
Chauncey, kind of a hyper-specific thing, but one of the things you mentioned last year that was kind of missing from the team was consistent screening. You got DC to the team, you bring over Denny, you get Rob back. Well, how much do you like having guys that are kind of physical and like that part of the game as far as like what it can do for you guys offensively?
Yeah, I think you guys know this from me, but I just think that the game is at the highest of the heights. The game is played with physicality on both sides of the ball. You know, most people think about that as defense, but offensively, you know, being physical, setting screens, learning how to get open, like fighting for your position, that involves a lot of physicality. So you guys know how I feel about that, but screening was an issue for us last year. It's something that we've talked about as a staff quite a bit this summer, and we're focusing a little bit on it. You know, that along with blocking out, you know, which again requires some physicality. We were really poor at it last year, so we're focusing on several of those type of things.
All right, thank y'all.
Thanks.
All right, see you guys.